how can we be Canadian Highway Patrol in Bangla? Then Sonada says, then Kolkata police hope. So like those little things. And I'm fortunate that both our family, I mean us, and also Sonada and Sonadi, stressed on Bangla. So fortunately, all of our children speak fluently Bangla, which I think is a big blessing to keep both the cultures, to keep both the languages. And there are also small things that I still remember. We were going back from here to, I think our flight was from San Jose. And Sonada always keeps very little time. Oh, tora paglami korchish, bishon bhoy paas, like you were always scared. So we are saying that we need at least 2.5 hours because it's an international flight. And we are going, San Jose is only 15 minutes, which is not. But here it's only 15 minutes. And no traffic in San Jose. San Francisco is different. So okay, so we go on with not enough time, but there is enough time. And he's talking and he's talking and he was driving at that time because my kids were small, so he was perfectly perfect. So then he says, and we're going and talking, and then he took the wrong turn, and thanks to my son, he was only 7, I think, and he said, Jetushana, but no one is listening, paying attention to him, because we are just talking. And then he said, Jetushana, you are not going to San Francisco, we are going to San Jose. And so, but we are already on the bridge. But thankful to American bridge, those who were taking care of the bridge people. So we explained that we are on the wrong, we shouldn't be on this bridge. And we have to go to San Jose, we don't have enough time to cross the bridge and come back. So, amazingly, this is something I'll remember again for the rest of my life, that they announced, like, all gates down, and I find 8 gates coming down to let our car go around. So that was an amazing thing, and I really, a big clap to the ones who were at the bridge. It was an amazing thing to do. And so this was Sonada. And then we are saying, Sonada, ready ho jabe. Well, see, everything comes because we were allowed to turn around. Then he says it's nothing. See, everything works out. So that's what it is. He was really always taking up challenges, and also, like, as Bonnie said, Sonadi loves singing, and Sonada loves playing. But the timing, Sonadi is always a very regulated person. She likes things to do on time, and Sonada has missed so many flights. But he will never say, okay, something sorry or wrong. I'll get the next flight. What's the problem? So that's, even in my daughter's wedding time, we were at the airport to go and get him. But sure enough, we get the phone call, they have missed the flight. So they're coming the next one. So this is what it is. His challenges, but he faced them. And with a smile on his face, he never felt anything sad. So this is Sonadi. She is going to perform somewhere in 2 days. And Sonadi said, "Cotton practice korbo. Like, when am I going to practice? You are going to play with me. Hobe. So at 2 o'clock at night, that's the time he finds to play the tabla and Sonadi to rehearse with him. And Sonadi said, I need my sleep to perform tomorrow. But then you guys are always worried about something. Your health will be fine. And Sonadi said, no, my head, I feel dizzy. Oh, tomorrow it will be fine. You'll have 3 hours sleep. That's more than enough. So that's what it was. So I really think he's a person who will be remembered for his positiveness, his challenges. Like, I just think God must have created him to face challenges and to take challenge. And even the last day of his life, like he said to us, which is sometimes I feel sad, he would say that I want to go back to Kolkata for the last time. And little did I know, but then it was my plan. I said, it was very kind of Shamrat. I said, Shamrat, why don't you bring Ma and Baba to Hamilton, where we live, and then 4 of us will fly together, and then when we come back, they will stay with us for a few days, and then you come back and get them. So, but God's plan was different. So we go. We thought he'll be so, we were very scared about what will happen on the plane. He was perfect on the plane. All he needed was to help at the bathroom. So Sonadi was standing in front of the bathroom, and he was fine. So he landed in Kolkata. But before we landed in Kolkata, we were in Dubai. And he was so keen to go to Kolkata that we land in Dubai. And then I said, Sonada, sit here till we get our next plane. And then he says, what next plane? We're in Howrah Station. I said, Sonada, this is not Howrah Station. Howrah Station is a big station of Kolkata. So the Dubai airport to him was the Howrah Station. So he was so keen. So then finally I said, look up there, this is not the station, this is another airport, and we'll go. So he kept quiet, but I was pretty sure he wasn't convinced inside that that was his Kolkata. So we landed in Kolkata, and he was so happy. So finally, but the saddest part is, he couldn't remember the dearest people that he wanted to look for, to meet. So when they came and he couldn't recognize, that hurt me so much. And I'm thinking, this is not the Sonada we really want to see anymore. And I think God really, he wanted his last wish to be fulfilled. He went to Kolkata, he realized it was Kolkata, and then when he couldn't, my feeling is, within 5 days he passed away without meeting most of the family members. They all came at the cremation. So their only regret if I ever have is that everyone couldn't see him alive. But God has taken him at the right time because we couldn't take him going down anymore. And thankful that I was very sad that it was my planning and we took him there. And I was wondering if he stayed in the States, would he have gone at that time? And I was really, just because I planned it, I felt sad. Then my husband, he was very wise to say, do you think you were above God? Because this was God's plan to have it this way. And he died a peaceful death. And now I pray really sincerely that if I can ever die like that, because I love to go to Kolkata. So if I can, that would be my best wish to be fulfilled. If I go to Kolkata and die, like pass away how Sonada went. I saw him breathe his last, but it was so peaceful, so quiet, no pain. So this is a blessing for his whole life, what we saw here. We saw him grave, we saw him to climb the mountain, and then he goes slowly. So that was very, very nice of him. To see him through all this. Thank you so much. She was my Sonadi. Without her support, he wouldn't be where he was. He would like to have the challenges, but she supported him wholeheartedly every step of his life, which I think is a great admiration that God created them to balance each other. She was a person of time, and he was completely different. But these two, so this is what I realized, and I told Shamrat one day that Shamrat, I'm trying to phone, but I can't catch hold of them. So he said, Purma, you cannot catch hold of them from Canada. I am in the same city. I can't catch hold of them. Only good thing I feel is that both their interest is the same, and that is keeping them together and happily together. So this is what it is. Sonadi and Sonada were really joined to balance each other, and they were happy that way.